Welcome to the new era, the Ferrari 296 GTB. Let's break that down for you. 2.9 litre, 6-cylinder, and GTB, Gran Turismo Berlinetta. So which means coupe, hardtop coupe. There's a Spider version, they call it the GTS, so Gran Turismo Spider for the S. We're greeted here, 2023, brand new, latest Ferrari, not the greatest. We still have the SF90 above this, but this is a category topping supercar. You won't understand why until we start driving it, but let's get there slowly. This car has a whole new design, new headlights, new running lights here, whole new front grille, front design, front bumper. We've got cameras here, which is an optional extra. And we've got a whole new bonnet design. Some may say it may look similar to a F8 or 488. It does, but it's not the same. The dimensions of this car is smaller. It's more nimble, it's lighter. So what Ferrari has done is, because it's got the V6 twin turbo, which is a hybrid EV, total power 818 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in only 2.9 seconds. It's quick, it's quicker than every V8 Ferrari produced in this category. Quicker than the F8, the 488, the Pista, Speciale, yeah, the list goes on. So it is their quickest car in this category, but it's not the cheapest. So now, what these cars cost is over $750,000 plus on roads with options. So they're not a cheap car. So you can option these up all the way up. If you go tailor-made options, up to $1 million. That's a lot of money. But is it worth it? That's where we're gonna go. This car is in Rosso Corsa. It's got the beige Tradizione on the interior with the sport seats, they're carbon backed. It's got all the carbon fiber options right throughout the exterior and the interior. So it is quite a heavily optioned up car. But what Ferrari has given us is a car that can go in and out of traffic, that can drive, it can take corners. It's so smooth. And here it is. In person, it looks stunning. It's a whole new gorgeous design, a nod to the Ferraris of the past. Think of the 308, the Testarossa, the Dino 246, all in the one design, one principle, in the one car. And that's what makes this design language so unique and so sophisticated. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ferrari, and we're always up on the upper echelon of the market here, and this is the car. And now over to the rear. This car continues to stun. There's so many aspects, so a nod to the past. You can look at the side buttresses here that go over to the rear. This reminds us of the Ferrari 250 LM race car, which adds to that little flavor of retro, classic, meeting modern design. There's a whole new design in the rear. So we've got new tail lights. These tail lights here are shared with the SF90, but these are smaller and a whole new design specially allocated to this car. You won't find it on another model Ferrari. We've got a new glass engine lid here and this new aero bridge that Ferrari have with actually adds aerodynamic airflow right through here underneath and all the way down here with all these gaps and another little spoiler which you don't notice, but it is a spoiler with a gap here for air to flow straight out. We now have a centralized exhaust for that bellowing V6. Bellowing, it sounds impeccable, it's high pitched, but we're gonna get there when we drive the car. We've got a carbon fiber rear bumper, which this here is an option to the car. When we come over to this side, what we can see is you look through that engine bay, this lid opens up and you see a burnished metal cover on that engine. It's a V6 twin turbo. The hybrid in this car, the electric motor, actually produces 165 horsepower. It is only the size of a frying pan, no bigger. And the battery only weighs 70 kilograms to power it. And all that, and you can get 25 kilometers out of that electric charge. Listen to that. It's a 296. It's powerful. Absolutely no turbo lag. I did say that. The twin turbos built by IHI, they spin up to 180,000 RPM. They've got a smaller inlet, which is different to the SF90. Same turbos, but they've made them a bit tighter. They spin faster. You absolutely have no turbo lag whatsoever. I can't believe it. That equipped to the EV engine, wow. Like, look at this. I'm driving with the combustion engine on and all systems go, so 818 horsepower. Now whilst cruising I click ED and now completely quiet in electric mode, so I can actually talk and review this gorgeous and amazing car. Alright guys, so they say that you can drive this car up to 124 kilometers an hour in just electric mode only. It is something mind-boggling. Like a Ferrari, a supercar, no sound whatsoever. That's what we're doing right now. And it's still quick, even in EV mode. So we have 165 horsepower being pumped out through this EV battery, which only weighs 70 kilograms. It's the size of a frying pan. Unbelievable technology, can't believe it. But what Ferrari has given us is an all-rounder package, such perfection. I've never ever driven a car that is turbocharged, EV and a V6 that has zero turbo lag. There's no joke. You actually would think that it's a naturally aspirated car. It's got pull all over the rev range. It's phenomenal. But I can keep going about that all day. 0 to 100, we mentioned it earlier, 2.9 seconds, and yes, we have tested it. Not in this car, but a test car. And what I love about this is that it's so nimble on the road. It drives smoothly and you change lanes and you can take corners and turns. The steering is phenomenal. Ferrari has really perfected the way the steering feel. The feedback to the driver is unbelievable. Ergonomically, the car is perfect. You sit straight, the seats are comfy. Even though these are the sports carbon fiber backed seats, they are very ultra comfortable and I love them. I could swear by them. And there is ample headspace. I've noticed that in the comfort normal seats, I don't really sit too well in this sort of car, but there's still some headspace, but this has a lot more for my height, 6'1", and my size, of course. What else I like about it is that it gives you so much for what it is. The cabin is SF90-esque. This is a new cluster, the new dashboard, which follows that SF90, but it's smaller. So now this cabin space is smaller than the V8s of the past, the F8, 488. It does feel a bit tighter, but you can get over that. There's still ample space for you and a passenger. This car, though, I've got to say, it's a V6. Do not discount that fact. Do not. You cannot say that you don't like it because it's a V6 car. It makes you love it even more and appreciate what Ferrari managed to squeeze out of a V6 twin turbo engine. It's just phenomenal. But overall, what this car does and what it stands for is that it brings back the Dino 246. That was a 6-cylinder back in the 70s. And now Ferrari have reintroduced the V6 back in the 2020s. And here we are, 2023, in a V6 twin turbo hybrid Ferrari. And guys, it does not get any better.
You better explain your request.
Okay, there you go. Every time you say Ferrari, the system comes on automatically. Sorry Ferrari, I can't explain my request, but I can tell you that you've done an awesome job at building such an exquisite piece of machinery.